game. We'll talk about that more. um, so I'm so glad you guys are here. It's Customer Appreciation Week here at Shop HQ. We're really excited. We're doing a couple fun things. Of course, if you guys comment, we'll put you in the running for a $25 Shop HQ credit. And then it's a surprise, but tomorrow's live stream, which is at 2 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have this big surprise giveaway for commenting. And that is something that Shop HQ is putting together. So I
Mhm.
don't have any idea what it is, but I think it's supposed to be pretty cool.
I think it's going to be
So,
very well. It's always cool. Whenever they put something together, it's always very cool. So that's what's great. We're
and
great that we
from
get to be here.
from Isomers. Okay, let's start here because it's Customer Appreciation Week. We are so, of course, we love our community so much. You guys were so excited you're joining us. Kathy Norton, Manuela Marcagiani, you know that. But I do want to, let's start first with our community, the customer. I mean, we're appreciating our customer this week, but your customers have been shopping with you at Shop HQ, the ones who have been here since the beginning forever. So you
Forever.
talk to your customers.
I want to say thank you to my customers. I want to say hello, welcome. We are a great family. We are great. You guys are the smartest, best people out there. I've always been so inspired and humbled by you, by the customer, by you people out there because you're smart, you're respectful, you are just amazing. And and what I mean by that is the fact that most of you are urban, and in a lot of with TV shopping or direct to consumer or these kind of businesses, a lot of times people end up being rural or country, like they're usually more isolated. And so they have fewer resources around them. And so it's kind of like they'll just buy into anything that they can find pretty much or what's offered
Right.
in front of them because the resources are limited. But our customer happens to be very urban, very affluent, very higher intelligence, more capability, more capable, and they can buy anything, or they have a lot of variety in front of them, and they choose isomers, and then they stick to isomers. And I cannot tell you that as just okay. So as a woman who started this brand from nothing, it's very humbling and I love it. And the fact that I've put my heart and soul into every recipe and everything that we do, like intentionally trying to I intentionally try to fix things, not just give you a product. I intentionally try to fix things. So I love the fact that you are patient with me and that you come back over and over again. But I love also the fact that you can choose anything and you choose us. Other brands and other people who run businesses have tried to knock isomers off that pedestal over and over and over again. And so many people ask us all the time, how do you do it? How do you have customer loyalty? How do you have people that love you so much, that trust you so much? And I'm just like, what do you mean? That is exactly because who we are, because we don't lie to you. We try
Yep.
to do the best for you, and we don't try to treat you like a trend or a commodity. And this is why I'm so excited about the community. So this is how I feel about you out there as a community. This is the insight that I've been given. And I know other brands. Even today we had a conversation with a big company. They want us to do some formulations for them, whatever. And they're like, your testimonials, your people, other brands only, can't even buy this. And we're like, we don't buy it. This just happens organically. So I thank you so much, and we see you and recognize you, and we put you guys up on a pedestal. How about that?
I love it. I mean, in the business, Eismer's has been around for going on, is it going on 35? Yeah,
Yeah,
35 years, 28 years on Shop HQ. So you guys who are shopping with us now, welcome back. Welcome in if you're brand new. So we love that. And we'll break things down. A lot of you guys have been following Manuela for all these years and years, and you're so good because on the community, you're sharing, you're commenting on other people's, like they've got, an SOS with their skin, whatever it is. And we love that you guys are able to do this. So we don't just talk about skincare when we're here. Part of our customer appreciation is appreciating your views on things like USA Canada hockey
that's
or
right.
like who's the newest host on Saturday Night Live. We'll talk about that as well.
Yes.
So they're super, it's just really a great community. And as a customer of Isomers, I want to be able to say that from my point of view as a customer for all these years, I think the number one reason that people stay is your integrity. It's that kind of encompasses everything. The integrity of the product, the integrity of the formulations, the integrity that you are the person that's been in front of the camera. You are the one taking personal responsibility for it. And it's not the starlet of the day, the starlet of the week that's representing your brand. It's you. This is your baby, your first baby.
Yes, it is my first baby. It's
Yeah.
my first baby, and I work really hard for this baby, and I really appreciate this baby. And I don't, and I've always tried to be very authentic to. So and the integrity to me is very important. Like if you have to have substance, you have to have, integrity, and you have to be real. And I mean, I only know how to do this one way. Where
Yep.
I only show up one way. So this is it. I've been told by people too. It's like you're exactly the same when we talk to you on air and off air. It's like,
Yep.
yes, oh yeah, the
What
only
you
one
see is what you
version.
get. Yeah.
Sometimes I'm a little funnier, but other than that, no, it's the only one version of me.
We love that you teach us with like these great examples and these almost like parables. So I mean, it's so good. We love it. So and we're going to get into something brand new, you guys, that we've not been able to introduce back to Shop HQ until today. So we're very excited. We're going to start talking about the Isomers Skincare Platinum Peptide Collection. I know, wow, the crowd goes wild. Luxury collection. So that's really excited. We're going to kick it off, kind of from the eyes up. So we're going to talk about the Eye Tight Concentrate. It is part of that LX collection, the luxury collection. Normally, thank you for showing that, $92 on every day, right? Today, for Customer Appreciation Weekend, $49.99. You're looking at a 46% savings. Huge, huge, huge. So, I mean, the most obvious thing is what makes it platinum? Why is it part of the LX? Let's sort of break it all down.
So this is a delivery system. So the platinum is used as a delivery system. So we have what is called a Snap 8 technology. So Snap 8 is like a Botox-like effect, but it's one of the original analogs of Botox when they created this paralytic. So basically it's going to smooth out expression lines. We have isolated that Snap 8 technology and it's in this formulation. So this is going to work on the wrinkles around that eye area where expression lines happen. It's going to work where the muscle and skin are attached. The other thing in the platinum delivery system is, so we put that Snap 8 in there, and then we put perfluorocarbon, and this is basically a very small molecule that allows this to go deeper into the skin, and that's also why it is airless. And other ingredients in here that target the dark circles. So it's going to take everything down into we can't say nano because that's not quite accurate, but it's going to take it down to a smaller particle that allows it to go into your skin and work on different things. The dark circles, the hollow, so you have dark circles, you have hollowing, and then you have the wrinkling or the expression lines, all in one go, all with that diamond delivery system. So this is a very, very expensive way of transporting these ingredients to make sure they get right into the problem area. So we want to increase the microcirculation, we have to firm and thicken up the skin, we have to volumize the skin, tighten it, and at the same time smooth it out. So this is actually doing many things at once. This is why it's the Eye Tight Concentrate. It is a concentrate. You don't need to use a lot of product. That is going to do both eyes. Use it once a day. Super concentrated. I don't have any makeup. I'm makeup optional, and I show up this way.
I
I
love
put
my
it all
best.
over. What's great about it, because it is a perfluorocarbon, technology in here and how it's delivering. It's not greasy, not oily, not sticky. Does not give you the artificial plumping that happens when you have a silicone base or some of these other ingredients that are very hyaluronate based, because they're designed to plump up, but that's very temporary. We don't want to give you the temporary. We want to go all about the target, about the rebuilding, and then basically inject into this area where you can smooth out the wrinkles.
So this is going to be used day and night then, right?
You can use it day and night, but for sure at least once a day. But day and night, you can put this alone. You could put it under makeup. It's not greasy. There's no perfume. It's not sticky. See, it just dries down immediately like that. It's
Yeah.
completely dried down and it's completely going to work. When you have something around the eye area, the LX means the peptide, the platinum delivery is going to go in faster and more concentrated, but the molecule that is inside that delivery is whole. So it gets to do what it needs to do. So it's going to brighten, it's going to tighten, it's going to fill, and it's
Okay.
going to smooth.
Crepiness when your lids get a little crepey too?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, you don't have any of that
I
crepey
don't
lip.
have it because I
You don't
use
have
my
that.
stuff, man.
I love that.
But also you can do it instantly. I should have done one side versus the other side. I did the both. I didn't even think about that. But if you were to do one, you could lift and smooth it out too.
Just
This is not something that then you wash off. It just firms and tightens on contact, but it's designed to work underneath, right? It's not just a surface treatment. Very important.
and this is part of your correct step. So it's step 3 in your routine, right?
Correct those bags, correct the dark circles, direct puffiness, the hooded brow, expression wrinkle, crow's feet.
And I like
Even
my I
that
like
little
my
bit that people get. See, a lot of
yeah.
people, especially at this age, where I'm supposed to have a little bit of extra here, and I don't. I mean, I
Very
have hooded brow. They're hooded by nature, by heredity, but I don't have extra skin here. See, nothing.
Nothing. It's so funny because I always tell people I've worked hard to get my smile lines. I mean, I smile like all the time, right? So I don't mind my smile lines like these. I don't mind these smile lines,
Yeah,
but
everybody
it's
has
up
smile
here.
lines. I have
Yeah,
smile
it's
lines.
yeah, those are smile lines. But you're right, up here when it starts getting too much skin, I get
There's
it. You
nothing.
said something that, of course, I had to just glom onto, and apparently size matters. Size matters because you said the molecule is small enough to go ahead and work in that area. Because I think a lot of people say, well, can't I just use my day cream or use a cream around my eyes? That's not the right move.
Right. Well, like people are using, it's not the right move because size matters, but also the size of what? What is the molecule? Because you can't, you have a raincoat and you have a winter jacket and you have a leather jacket. You're not wearing them all in the same time. You're not wearing them for the dead of winter. You're wearing a specific coat at a specific time because the protection matters at that time, or the rain versus, and I'm saying you've got different things for different functions. In skincare, you have different molecules. Not only the molecule itself does something different, its size also limits or advances what it can do, right? So the Snap 8 technology, it's a long chain. And what this does is, because it's a long chain, it's kind of stretched out, it goes into the skin. And then once it starts drying, it shortens up and plumps up. So this is going to create the volume inside. It's going to create the space. It's going to fill the space. It's going to smooth that out. But how it gets in there, because if you don't have, first of all, if you don't take that Snap 8 and string it out really, really thin, it can't get in. And then once it's in, it's got to have the ability to go in and plump itself back out. This is what we're doing in our formulations. We're designing all of that so you're getting that performance. So size matters and delivery matters.
And delivery matters. That's right. Can you hear my puppy in the background?
Yes, yes.
I think the delivery guy is coming up the door, so it could get worse. But
So cute.
he's, for 16 years old, he's very vocal. Yeah, and
It's very on, he's got work to do.
he's protecting the house from like a leaf
Right.
or a squirrel. You never know. So you guys, I always love to when Manuel tells us the stories, and when we start talking about peptides, and I mean the best way I can describe them to people when they say, well, what exactly does a peptide do? Tell me if this is fair. Is it like kind of like a little messenger to our skin that tells your skin to like remember, kind of like remember, you want to be firmer. Remember, you want to, be less crepey. I mean, is it sort of like that messenger reminding your skin kind of how to be
Yeah.
younger? Yeah.
Yeah. So what a peptide is, so what a peptide is, basically a peptide is a sequence of amino acids, right? And so how you put them together matters. So the sequence that you put them together, think of, you have a box of Legos and you've got, 10 red, 10 yellow, 10 blue. So how you put 9 of them together or 11 of them together, each time you put them together, maybe put a little different pattern to it. So each sequence matters and
Hmm.
each sequence has its own message. So it's very important. So you can build them. Some are 3 pieces, some are 9 pieces, some are 6 pieces. That's why you have like a pentapeptide, which is 5, or a tripeptide, 3, or you can have 47 peptide. Each one is a part of a message,
Yep.
and then it sends information out. And
Yeah.
then what happens is your body, your skin, your receptors see the SOS, and then they know
Yep.
what to do.
I love
Either they
that.
go into repair or they behave a certain way, you know? And so basically, this is how the peptides work. And the reason why they're done like that is if we gave you the complete thing, it wouldn't work. It would just sit on top. It wouldn't be able to communicate, right?
And so that's what is so important, especially because people are, I mean, you notice in your eyes first. I mean, I remember being in my 30s and going, oh, there's wrinkles, right? So eyes kind of show it even before, your chin line starts dropping, your neck starts, it's your eyes. So, I mean, is it ever too soon? Do we have to wait till we're 40 to use this? I mean, are we starting in our 20s?
You can, right now, and I think, I'm hoping, I'm very hopeful with people, but I do believe that we do get smarter as we get not only older, but as even at our children are smarter than where we were at their age.
Yeah.
I do think that people progress. So even though, 27, 30 years ago when I started, we would talk about preventative, people kind of just said, yeah, whatever, it's never going to happen to me. But now people really think about longevity
Oh,
very
for sure.
seriously, and preventative and longevity. Not just 60-year-olds are talking about it, 20-year-olds are talking about longevity, and they're
It's so
talking
true.
about peptides, and they're talking about different kinds of protein peptides and messenger peptides. And so they're also looking at the fact that even though they themselves are not in a state of depletion, they are now preventing the depletion because they now know what we've been saying all along. There is a road to aging. We know what the road looks like. And as you go down this road of aging, things fall off, things change, things go
Potholes.
missing, and we're going to put them back in. Like I always think about it when we talk about our collagen peptide, we say, well, you can start at 30 or 40 or whatever at collagen, because by the time you're 25, you start losing 1% a year. Right? So we know what this is going to look like. We used to do those age progressions. I don't know if you remember, we had that character that we built many years ago called Isabella Dermis, right? Where we
Yes.
showed her aging every 15 years. We thought we were, and at that time when we were doing that, now people are all thinking about that, thinking, what am I going to look like in 10 or 15 years? People are now very much aware of
100%.
it,
Yep.
right? So yes, you go into preventative. This is not something like this. The messenger peptide is perfect because you're going to correct for a very small deviation as opposed to a major deviation if you keep waiting. If you keep waiting to see, well, I'm going to only address it when it falls off, a stitch in time, right? You could have done it right at the beginning and it would never have fallen off.
It's almost like we're getting the message out now so that, like for me, my biggest thing is, I wish I would have known about sunscreens. I wish I would have known about, you know, reflectors and tanning beds and all that stuff in the 70s and 80s, right?
Yeah.
But now we know. Now we're smarter, right? So start with the eye serum for sure. It's serum because size matters of that molecule. And
Yeah.
instead of paying $92 today, $49.99, a huge discount at 46%. And you guys, I want to remind you, if you comment in the comments, we are going to do that surprise giveaway on tomorrow's live stream, which I think is really great. I want to move into a completely different topic, and that's Saturday Night Live. I've been watching it since like the John Belushi days, right?
Oh
And then
yeah.
way back when, right? The Wild and Crazy Guys. I've been
I love
watching it all.
Steve Martin. Yeah.
Love Steve Martin.
I liked
So,
Opera Man.
oh, Opera Man is the best. And what about the guy that the Cavassier guy, that guy, and there was and I still always
Father
love.
Guido Sarducci. Do you remember
Oh,
him?
yeah, and the church lady.
The
Mhm.
church lady.
Yep.
I love the church lady.
I know we love the church lady.
So
Well,
many. I remember
nine
even Eddie Murphy used to be on it. Steve
oh,
Martin would
yeah.
be on it. Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd when he was on it,
Dan
so
Aykroyd.
funny. And remember the Coneheads?
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
the best. Well, you guys, I still watch Saturday Night Live, but I was so excited to find out that Manuela's favorite, her favorite like book and show right now is Heated Rivalry, of course, about hockey, which we are both big
Yes.
fans. But Connor Storick, I think you pronounce Storick, he is one of the leads, and in this Heated Rivalry show, He is actually hosting for the first time ever on Saturday Night Live this Saturday, which I think is going to be super, super fun. His first time hosting, his first time kind of doing anything really big like that, because nobody knew the show was going to be that big. Nobody knew.
Nobody knew.
It's
No,
such,
no, no, no.
such a big show right
Very
now.
innocent. It was very innocent and very low budget. I mean, I think they did the whole thing with 1 million or $2 million, the whole season, like all of it, like
I,
really nothing. Canadian.
yeah. Do they film it in Canada?
Yeah,
I think they do. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Around Ottawa and Muskoka and all these areas around here, north a bit more remote in Canada. And I think next season it's also in Ottawa, which
yeah.
is where our Parliament is. Or as I remember, starting on Saturday Night Live, they did. Oh, what was it called about Canada? Anyways, they called it Ottawa. Canada has the capital, Ottawa, where they live in igloos and have huskies. It was so funny. It was one of those Saturday Night Live movies that they made many,
Oh
many
yeah, the
years
little
ago about
movies.
Canada.
I loved when it was. Oh my gosh, I can't think of the other
It's
guy.
going to be exciting to see them. It's going to be
Oh, it's
exciting
gonna be
to
super
see them.
exciting.
It's going to be exciting to see what they say.
Do you remember when they had Justin Timberlake on? He did a bunch of short skits with them. Justin Timberlake did so funny. You know, that was really good. Oh, are you freezing up a little bit?
Oh, the something in a box.
Yeah. They've done more of those. They're
Yeah, we're
so
freezing. Do you
funny.
remember the thing in the box?
Oh my gosh, it was we laughed. There were so many Halloween costumes like that year. So it was crazy. But so let me ask you this. I mean, obviously this Connor who's going to be hosting Saturday Night Live, he's young, he's gorgeous, you know, he's not even thinking about skincare at this, but like what if like one of us was going to go and host Saturday Night Live, what's our go-to? Do we start with the like the LX collection to like be ready to like greet the world? And I mean, what is it? What do we do? Do we do like a special kind of like skincare routine?
Definitely, you're going to use the LX. You have use your cleanser. Really keep your. Well, what I would do is I would definitely use something from the LX line because the LX line is really going to help smooth out the skin. It's going to work on protecting your skin from the UV and the blue light, which you've got the lights of the studio and the blue light, but also it's going to help give you a refined palette, right? So I would use something like the eye tight because again, you've got the eyes nice and tight. And then I would go ahead and use the brightening cream. Now this is my daytime cream. This
Yeah.
is my daytime under makeup cream all the time. This protects against blue light, so anything from your phones or your screens. It's going to work with the UV. I can't make an SPF claim, but let's put it this way. This is what I use on my skin. The reason is it also, if you notice, um, and I am makeup optional. Um, I don't have a lot of or severe pigmentation issues at all. I drive at the driver's side. I have to go out into the harsh environment. I'm in front of screens a lot. And why we created the LX is because this is going to be very protective for your skin. So when you've got a lot to do, when you have to put your face forward, when you have to have your best skin out there, this is going to be your moisturizer. It's going to mattify your skin. It's going to brighten and enhance your glow. Going to take away those fine lines and wrinkles, but it's also going to provide you so much protection against blue light, which is really great, which is really what you want. And also you can use this on your neck if you have to in a pinch.
I mean, I love it because this is going to give you all of the combo platter, right? So you don't have to have
Yeah,
like this routine after routine. But this is usually $160. This is part of that luxury line. Today at $69.99, that's a 56% savings. You're saving more than you're paying. So fine lines, check, right? Wrinkles, check. Dryness, check. Loss of volume, check. I was going to ask you about that blue light exposure, which I think is more important than ever because I spend more time in front of a screen these days than I do like in my own kitchen than over a stove, right? I mean, so many hours. So blue light exposure, how does that work? And I know that we're considering this sort of step 4 of the protection, right?
let's
So
protect.
kind of walk us through like how does it work? with
This
the.
is going to correct a little bit in the brightening. It's got super antioxidants in here. The platinum peptide is delivering glutathione to the skin, so that's going to brighten. It's going to have the peptide technology, the messengers for the correcting, and it's got the blue light technology in here as well. Now, this is really important with the blue light platinum technology because it neutralizes it, and that's going to prevent really deep damage on your skin surface as well. So when you get that melasma, pigmentation, even for your hands, liver spots, anything where you start to see that mottled look, because you've got a lot of damage on your skin. So it'll help keep the skin cleaner looking, clear, more even
Okay.
looking. And that's really important because if you can keep your pigmentation even, right? Not too that it doesn't change between dark patches and light patches. You keep it pretty even into your natural color. You will automatically look younger. They've actually done studies where they leave people's wrinkles and sagging alone. They just tone out the pigmentation of their skin and they already look 10, 15 years younger. People don't understand. It's like when you have pigmentation issues, it's like having stains. It's like having something
It's my
that
biggest
takes
issue.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you've got to either you cover it up or you leave it and you look older. The thing else also with pigmentation is it's like an iceberg
Mm-hmm. But we get you freezing up a little bit.
in there
There you go.
and fix that up, right? We look like
We've got a little bad connection there. So until we get Manuela back, you guys know that this is going to be your day cream. Know that this will create that soft, focused look. And if your issues
can you hear
are,
me?
now I got you back. Yep,
Okay. I love live because you
I
never know
know.
what's going to happen.
That's all right. I filled it in. But you've got sort of the 1-2 punch here. You've got all over for your face. You've got around your eyes. Super smart. And I think that this is an opportunity for you guys if you're looking for something that's easy. This sort of does a lot of it combines a lot of issues for you, right? One of the biggest, massive skincare culture conversations out there right now is: are we in a skincare overload era? Right? So I think customers are super tired of a dozen steps in a routine, right? I think that they're tired of over exfoliation, and these are all things that you've talked about. Skin cycling confusion and how to do that, and overload on ingredients. What you're just telling us in here is that this is addressing so many different issues because of the peptides, the way you're combining the chains of peptides. So I mean, if people are tired of 10 and 12-step routines, your routines are a simple 4 steps. Unless you've got multiple issues, but 4 steps, that's it.
You've got and you know 4 steps is technically could also be a maximum because you can have something that cleans and feeds and corrects and protects. You can move it to 2 steps or 3 steps. This one is going to correct and protect. So this is really important that you've got that in the sense that if you are, especially for daytime, you want to have and minimalism. What I find is the pendulum swings. You go from minimal, then people want, so they want 1 or 2 steps, they get bored of that, then they want 15 steps, and they get bored of that, it's too confusing, they go back to 2 steps. I think what happens is everybody starts talking at once. People don't know how to separate fact from fiction,
Too much noise.
truth. It's just too much, right? And then you have price point confusion, you have distribution confusion. Just because a celebrity is talking about something or it's very readily available doesn't mean either of those doesn't mean it's good for you or that it works, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's so true. And and people are they're talking about like how confusing it is, right? That's why we're so happy that we've got Manuela here. You guys are going right to the source. In fact, I want you guys to weigh in on something for me because don't forget, if you comment, we'll put you in for that drawing. And tomorrow we're back on at 2 p.m. Eastern with this surprise giveaway. And plus, there's going to be a sweepstakes starting tomorrow for a $250 giveaway.
Woohoo!
I know. So, But we want to hear you guys and comment here. Is there topics you want to cover? One of them is like, send us your skincare dilemmas. We want to hear
Yes.
about them because I
Mhm.
think that you always say, mine is different than that. Well, send us your skincare dilemmas. Send us your skin SOSs. Like I'm sending up the flares. I got a problem, right? We also want to know, which I think it would be fun, Manuela, for you and I to, with people's suggestion, which Hollywood celebrities' skin do you want us to decode for you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so you
Yeah.
like I want to throw up
What
like
what do they use? What do they look like? Why? I know. I've seen
all of
I
that.
always see so many. I think a lot of these celebrity, I mean, and you have to think about a celebrity life, right? Or you know, they have access to things we don't have. We don't
Right.
even see. They have stress levels that are nothing compared, like their lifestyle is all about premium.
Treatments. Yeah, treatments. Yeah.
Right? And then they turn around and say, "Oh, I don't do anything." They're, you know, it's I used to tell my children when they used to say, you know, so and so doesn't study and they always get an A or they always get perfect on the test. I said, because they study. Well, they told me they don't study. They study. They
They
just don't
study.
want you to study. They don't want you to be, you know, to get those marks, but they study. So these celebrities, they are getting so much extra done.
Yeah.
And a lot of times too, they're only in the moment. And then they also get retouched up a lot, right? So
Yeah.
you're not actually seeing them for who they are.
Yeah.
So you have to understand that too.
So give us your list. I want a list of people you want us to decode. We sort of decoded Bradley Cooper, at
Yes.
least when it came down to his surgery.
Bradley and Brad, the two Brads.
Brad Pitt, Bradley Cooper, and now I mean, this is where we go back to the eye serum because, Manuel and I have talked about it at length too. You can do what you want, but the minute you start doing something with your eyes, you don't look like you anymore. And so that's why a serum is hands down the way to go. So I want to hear about your skincare dilemmas. I think we want to definitely hear like, help me. What are my SOSs? We want to hear about the Hollywood celebs you want us to decode. And lastly, I want to know what's on your vanity. Because if you can send in a picture of what's on your vanity, Manuela can, I mean, without picking apart a brand, we can kind of say like, you know what, this is something more for 20-year-olds, or this was been for oily skin. So we want to like sort of talk about what's on your vanity as well, but because I think that's super fun.
Mhm.
Because I think every one of us has a drawer full of eye cream that was $250, or the latest TikTok rage that was $8 from Korea. I mean, there's so much of that stuff that I think it would be great to get a cosmetic chemist, like the real story, the real story.
You know, there's a very famous brand out there that they used to do a before and after, or they had someone half a face, right? And the half a face they had really bad, like really, really, really bad sagging, crepiness, wrinkles, and the other side was really great, right? And they were saying this is the side they're using the product on, this is the side they're not using the product on, right? And I said, this is really all fine and dandy. And they had this poster up and they had this advertising up for a long time, right? For years. And we knew in the industry that that was the father of the woman who started the brand, right? So that was her dad. So I said, she doesn't like her dad, right? And they're like, why? I go, well, why? Now that she's done the picture and they use the same picture, they use the same picture for 3, 5 years. Why doesn't she let him use it on the other side?
Exactly. That's so
Why did she let him stay like that? Right? If it really worked. And it's because it really didn't, you know what I mean? So when you're looking at who the people are that are walking the talk and doing it, like you listen to their words, but look at them, look at their actions, look at the results, look at what it looks like. So that's why a lot of times I kind of push it in the fact that yes, I'm makeup optional. I'm not wearing it and my hair is pulled back and you can see that tomorrow I need to get my roots done. I know that for a lot of people, they're thinking you're not looking your 100% your best, but I'm being 100% me and
honest.
showing you that I have so much faith in this, right? What we're doing, where I am right now. I'm in my office right now in the laboratory. This is where we want people to understand they can have success with their skin, they can have success with their vanity, just if they can learn how to pull away the fact from fiction
Yeah.
and start looking a little bit deeper. When you look at, like, and there's so much I could say. I don't even know if we should be saying this, but there's so many like celebrities and stuff. And I'm just thinking about the Kardashians. I keep thinking about they've had so much work done that their children won't even look like them,
No, oh, it's
right?
impossible. Yeah,
Possible for the children
yeah,
to look like them. And that to
and they
me
look
is
pretty
such a
good
sad.
too. Yeah, yeah, they look
No,
good.
they're lovely
Yeah,
lady. I mean, they're
yeah,
lovely lady, but they don't look like how they started out. And I'm not saying that's good or bad, but I do know, for example, yesterday or the other day, we were starting to put up baby pictures,
yeah.
of
I did
the
it too. Yeah,
yeah, of Isomers and Darish and I and everything. And when I look at Darish and when I look at me and then I look at my children, I see me. Or I see my father in my kids, I see Darish's dad and I even see, my father-in-law in the kids, or my mother-in-law. That is something. That's community. We all want to belong to something, right?
yeah, it's so true. I sent Alec and Anna. They're my first grandchild's due in about 10 days.
Ooh.
And I sent them a picture last night while I was doing this post. That you guys, there was this viral post about what you used to be. So mine, Manuela's was her baby picture, and look at where what she is now, who she is now. And it doesn't give the after picture, just shows you as a kid. Mine says, who knew she would be a menopause coach? And it was my first grade picture. But I was going through the pictures and I found my baby picture, and it is I mean, I'm looking at him like, that is Alec. And I know what my first grandson's going to look like. He's going to look just like me, slap a wig on, and he's me, right? So I mean, it's so funny the way that things just are full circle. But we've already got one comment that when we start to decode this, and we'll do this, you guys, will give you some time to think about it, and maybe we'll do some decoding tomorrow. But Miley Cyrus is what Harry picked, was Miley Cyrus. Mine is going to be Nicole Kidman, because I
Oh,
want, yeah, because she's a few years younger than me, but there's some people that just don't age. Michelle Pfeiffer, does she age? I mean, she's my exact age, I believe. She's 63. So anyway, we'll talk about that. We're going to decode it. But for now, you guys, I want you guys to think about that collection. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about vitamin C brightening serum, which is another different way of looking at it. And then we're going to go, you guys have asked for it. We're going to bring it back again, the Diamond Spicule Body Cream, because
ah,
it's springtime, baby. I'm going to be back in a swimsuit in 2 weeks. So
are you?
anytime. Oh yeah, back in a swimsuit. It's a one piece, but it's still back in a swimsuit.
I like
Um,
one pieces actually. I think they're sexier,
they're
honestly.
super sexy. I like them
Yeah.
too. And you just can sit at a pool and feel like you don't have to sit there and suck your stomach in the whole time. You can just be to yourself.
I just
So
think there's something about also just I don't know. I just think it's I just think that it's
I
less
just got
noisy.
I got a swimsuit with probably the most coverage I've ever had. It was a cream colored top with brown straps, one piece mallet. I wore that with like big brown oversized shades and a hat. And when I was in Cabo last 2 months or a month and a half ago, I had more people say, "Oh my gosh, your swimsuit is so cute." It wasn't super sexy. It was just very like sophisticated palette,
There you
right?
go. Yeah.
And I got it for $12 on Amazon.
You see?
So,
You see?
it's
We
all
gotta
about
know
how you
now.
wear it.
We're gonna have the influencer here. Maybe we should.
Yep.
I did that. I did a similar. I did a little swimsuit. I used to always get my swimsuits at Costco. I really don't care. Like
Yep.
I was just like whatever, because you know why? I don't really go into the ocean. I go into the pools a lot,
Mhm.
and if there's chlorine and stuff, they're gonna ruin the
Yep. The
fabric.
pool
I'm
is
just like,
sexy.
I
Yep.
don't want to spend a lot of money and have it all be
Yeah.
broken down by the. But I went to a place in Toronto and they had huge sale on whatever. So I just stuck to black and white or variations of black and white.
Yeah.
And then I just went with, you know, solid like that, maybe a different little shape or whatever, and then maybe one had stripes and when I did this with a simple wrap, I had the complete work and it looked.
I know, it looked like you paid a fortune for it. I mean, and we would always do that, like the high low, right? Like my swimsuit was $12, but I had a designer pair of sunglasses. People were like, "Oh, who's she?" I'm just like, I'm an Amazon shopper.
There
So,
you go. Yeah. But your
um,
skin looks great.
but you know what? And I'm bringing my vitamin C after sun skincare, and I'm really good now. You guys, I complain a lot about sunspots, but that was what I was doing in the 60s, 70s, and most of the 80s. Um, a
That's what
baby
it
and
comes out,
jump.
you know?
Yeah,
Like, you know,
it's
a lot of times people think, well, now I'm wearing sunscreen. But when you were 5 or 7 or 9, you planted a seed that now we also have to get in there and fix that and prune it so it doesn't become a problem. So
so true.
don't just think like everything matters and everything accumulates. So it's really important, but you can change things if you stay and stick with it and get the information and then use the vitamin C and things like that, because then a lot of them also clean things up. This is also why with the LX, you can have done some naughty things diet-wise or environment-wise or whatever, and then you've got the peptides that go in there and reprogram, so they're kind of mopping up, they're cleaning up.
Yeah. Boy, I need someone like that to follow me around on a daily basis.
Oh my
The
goodness,
mo-
I know.
my husband calls me the human tornado. He's just like, he goes, when Kath's out of the house, it's quiet and calm. When I'm in the house, he says it's like the Tasmanian devil has been let loose in the house. But I think it's not really messes. It's more energy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
It's a presence.
It is so
You're
crazy.
on.
Well, you guys, we're going to be back again tomorrow. I'm really excited. We'll have 2 more products tomorrow.
Yeah,
Bring us your Hollywood celebrities that you want us to deconstruct their skin and decode it. And also, if you've got pictures from your vanity, we'd love to see them.
that's right.
So, uh, as always, I finish up the show telling everybody to be kind. I think it's wearing off on people because I've only been running into kind people lately.
There you
So,
go.
so
See
be
how
kind.
powerful your words are?
Yes, it's resonating across the lands. So be kind and spread the love. And Manuela, always final words for you.
Thank you so much for tuning in, Kathy. Thank you for spending time with me. I love it and I adore it. And for everyone, good words, good deeds, good thoughts.
And we'll see you tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern. Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.